The man was a relative of the victim. In court, he was provoked by his enemy. However, not only did he not retaliate, he also withdrew the charges against his enemy. It was thought that the man was afraid, which is why he made this decision. Little did anyone know that this was only part of the man's plan. Before the trial, his lawyer told him that there were no surveillance cameras at the scene, and no murder weapon had been found. Although the man identified the murderer, he was the only eyewitness, and also the victim's relative. The opposing lawyer would use this as a point of attack to overturn the entire case. Rather than risking a lawsuit with no guarantee of success, it was better to reach a plea agreement with the murderer, sending him to prison for 5 years. If additional time was sought, the jury might not agree, and it was only then that the man realized that his son had been murdered. Was merely part of the murderer's evaluation, and not an actual murder and robbery. The man couldn't accept this, and he couldn't accept the judicial authorities making such a ruling on the murderer. Since the law couldn't uphold justice, he decided to take matters into his own hands to avenge his son. So in court, the man suddenly changed his testimony, stating that the lighting was dim at the time, and he didn't clearly see the murderer's face. As a result, the judge released the murderer, due to insufficient evidence. Then the murderer's friends came to pick him up, and shouted at the courthouse entrance, as if the loopholes in the law were their protective umbrella. All of this was seen by the man. When they drove away, he quietly followed behind. Soon they arrived at the apartment building. The leader encouraged the murderer, and even arranged a girl for him. The man confirmed the location of his enemies, so he returned home, and searched for weapons in the warehouse. But he was not a killer, and there were only tools in the house. The machetes were rusty. So the man continued searching. Suddenly, the back door opened. It was his younger son. The man didn't think much of it, and turned back to continue searching. Suddenly, the man froze in place, staring at the dagger in his hand. He made his final decision, and wrapped the dagger. His son asked where his brother had died. The man told him it was at a gas station in the suburbs. Suddenly, his wife walked in, and the man hurriedly hid the dagger. His wife asked about the trial outcome. The man told her. This left his wife speechless. She kept asking him why. The man grew impatient. He lied that he had forgotten some documents at the company. He came to his enemy's place to seek revenge. At that moment, he realized he was acting impulsively. He decided to let go of his hatred. Just as he started the car to leave, a figure suddenly emerged from the distance. It was his enemy. So he got out of the car and walked toward his enemy.